It's a big honor. I've 3 ballets with my choreography on this historical stage. I'm very grateful to La Scala, to Maestro Vaziev, that I've been invited to stage 3 ballets of mine. One is a creation. It's a completely new ballet with a new commissioned score by a Russian composer, Leonid Desyatnikov. I've done ballets on his music before, and this is our 3rd or 4th collaboration. He's a very good friend of mine, a brilliant composer, and this piece, which is called Opera, is homage to the La Scala theater, to opera genre, even though we are dancing. There are singers, they sing in a pit, in an orchestra pit. It's inspired by the Baroque opera of Italy. Some texts by Goldoni and Metastasio are used. There is no story, no plot throughout, but there are emotions and scenes and strong drama, even though we don't know what is happening. So for me, it's an interesting mix of abstract and narrative. And the whole evening, I think, is a meditation of sorts, of balancing abstract and narrative in ballet. We don't have big sets or, fantastical costumes. It's all very modest in a way. Well, opera may be a little bit more elaborate, but Russian Seasons and Concerto DSCH, the other 2 ballets, are very simple. It's just bare stage and dancers. But for me, it's a chance to reflect and to work on what is dance, how abstract can dance be. Is it just the movements? If we do a movement, how much of a story can we tell without telling story? Because very often the movement is colored with a kind of emotion or thought. We can't really go into complicated philosophy. Ballet is good with simple emotions. That's where it comes from, I think. When it's a big celebration, people drink and laugh and hug and dance. Or sometimes when it's a grief, when it's a very sad moment, a tragedy, and then there is a sort of a ritual dance that can express that sorrow. Or something that is very noble, like the origins of classical ballet, is court dancing. So it's a way to present the nobility. And these themes are present in this evening. Russian Seasons. It deals with the Orthodox calendar. So it starts in the spring and goes throughout the year till the winter. And again, there are little stories. Like there is a marriage, and a young girl doesn't want to marry, but she's forced to marry an older man. She hates him. And she doesn't know how to live her life because she's destined to marry the man she doesn't love. There is a lady who is waiting for her beloved to come back from the war, and he's not coming. So she doesn't know whether he's killed or he just forgot her. Maybe he stayed with someone else. So she's very sad. All her friends are united. The man came back from the war and her man didn't come. So she is crying. And there are other moments that are less sad, a little bit more festive. Desyatnikov, the composer, he used some folk melodies, so it's original from villages, and also folk poetry. So it's very real. It's not, and very simple, very naive in a way. It's like a children's play. And Concerto DSCH is a completely different story. It's a concerto written by Shostakovich in the 50s, which was a good time for Russia. It's very, very unusual for Shostakovich. It's really an optimistic music, because with Shostakovich it's always something is hidden. It's a lot of drama underneath, and he tries to express things through riddles. Like there is always the hidden story. But not in this concerto. It's very, very open. He wrote it as a birthday present for his son, who was 19. And it's a very, very strong, almost sportive dancing in the first and third movement. The second movement is not sad, not melancholic. I think it's just soft, like nice evening. Even if we just dance, there is always something behind it. A little bit of a story, but not too much of it. So I think that's, for me, a chance to work with, as I said, abstract and narrative, how it balances in dance. I use point, I use classical technique. Double tours, pirouettes, jetés, stretch, turnout, it all has to be there. But at the same time, I love when dancers are grounded, when they feel the floor, and they can move and change the vertical line fast. And the musicality is very important, also imagination. I want to leave it open for interpretations. Because sometimes you can't really translate the dance into words. Sometimes dance means something that we have no words for. That's the speciality of dance.